worked. Can you see my slides?
Yes, we can.
Perfect. So this presentation is promoting quality course design using master course shells. It's something that we came up with our campus as we moved from D2L to Canvas. Okay, the outcomes of this session is to promote QM pedagogy with a template, understanding master course shells, an academic master course shell concept, and understanding non-academic master course shells. So this is the digital learning innovation team, and I'll talk a bit about myself and my peers because we're part of a team that works really closely. Some of us work remote and we're on Teams all the time chatting and doing video chats every single day. We also collaborate on the message that we give faculty in course design, as well as help with Canvas. So I'm an instructional program manager. I was hired to be the QM coordinator for our campus. UW Superior has about 2,500 students. I came up from the Twin Cities and I was working at various for-profits and state of Minnesota colleges, as well as the University of Minnesota in the medical school. In a little bit about myself, in 2002, I had a high school diploma and I lost a bet that I couldn't get a college degree, and I went on, and from 2002 to 2014, I finished 6 degrees debt-free, and I defended my dissertation, which happened to be accessibility and online learning. So I am an online learner, and I was taught using master course shells in for-profit institutions. So the quality was really surprising to me when I came to my current position, and there was a really lack of quality. So that's me. My Del Rey is my coworker. He was a media specialist until about 6 months ago. He finished his master's degree in teacher ed. And I also have been mentoring him on instructional design. So he did go through some QM training recently. And it's been really nice to have somebody who has a different perspective, but we always come up to the same conclusion and the same message that we give our faculty when we are promoting quality matters. And Michael Merlin is our LMS administrator, and he is remotely in Madison, and it works really well having him work from home remotely. And it's a concept that if you're not in an online world, you don't understand. But now that we're forced to be in an online world, our campus is finally figuring out that telecommunities work as well as telecommuting. So the University of Wisconsin system mandated a migration from D2L Brightspace to Canvas. It started in 2018 and we started in 2018 training faculty on how to actually move their courses from D2L to Canvas. It was required that in fall 2019, faculty would be using Canvas for all teaching modalities. They would have access to D2L, but only in a read situation where they could copy the content over. D2L permanently sunsets in June of 2020 this year. So this is a really big opportunity for our campus to talk about how to move courses over and embed QM in all of our training. So every training session that we talk about, we do not say quality matters. We just talk about the pedagogy behind quality matters and effective student engagement. So QM was an accepted internal review for online courses on our campus. And development and revision contracts with QM review aspect went on hiatus in spring of 2018. There had been over 400 courses that had supposedly gone through QM, supposedly because when I started, there was no evidence of any QM reviews anywhere documented in any folder, file, paper or not. So with that all going on a hiatus, how do we promote this? QM on our campus, unfortunately, and you probably hear this from some other campuses, QM was thought of as a punitive action, that your courses are not of quality, therefore you don't get paid for your contract. But instead, really, it's all about student engagement. So as we went on hiatus with QM reviews, I really wanted to, because I was hired to do this position and I'm really passionate about it. I wanted to put the quality matters standards into course design without actually saying this is QM, because the second I said QM, faculty turned around and walked away, really. Or they would actually go through and just say, I don't want to talk about it, and leave. So again, it was a really big mind shift on our campus to go from stating what it is to actually practicing it. And that's been 2 years, and now faculty are saying, oh, really what you're talking about are QM principles? Yes, we are. So again, it's just how to bring that message without actually destroying the message. We're doing lots of backtracking and changing mindsets of how previous administration viewed QM. So what's a master course shell? Faculty in a program who teach the same course get together and design a master course shell that everybody agrees is based on the course outcomes. And at the beginning of the semester, each faculty member can copy that master course shell into their live course shell and tweak it to the way they want. And we have different verbiages for all the master course shells that we actually work with. It's an optional event right now, and I think soon it will be becoming a mandatory event, especially as we go from face-to-face to remote teaching. So we have 3 different concepts for master course shells. We have the development, which is where a new course is currently being developed. It is, there are no students in it. We put in a template that is based on UDL and accessibility into the course. We work one-on-one with faculty consulting with them on the content and how to make the course more engaging for students with lots of innovative ways on how to do that. So we have the development course, and a lot of times multiple faculty are developing that course if they're all teaching the same content. Then we have, once the course is through development, we have the master, and that becomes the master for the whole program. For example, we have a graduate online degree program for teacher administration. There's 32 courses in that program. They all have been developed. They're all in the master course shell. Each semester, we have lots of adjuncts who are teaching these courses. It's moved over and copied into their live course shell. They tweak it, and then they go back and forth if they want to. Then we have the redesign. Redesign is used for courses that need major overhauls. So we have some faculty who've been teaching online for 5 or more years, and their courses have never been looked at. So we have the opportunity to work with those faculty if they are interested to redesign their courses. In the past 2 years, since there has not been any new contracts for revision, those faculty who come to me and say, I need to redesign my course, usually have a new textbook in hand. And then we sit down and we talk about it. And I've been doing a lot of the heavy lifting as well as my peer and our student worker on how to develop the course and based on the template that we provided. And once the redesign is done, that becomes the master course shell for that faculty person. So we have individual levels where faculty creates their own master course shell without sharing it with others in the program. We do have some instructors. We have a COM 110 general course where everybody uses the same OER. It's a textbook, but there's 10 different sections and nobody teaches it the same. They all have master course shells. They aren't sharing them with each other, but they use the same course outcomes in the same textbook. Each instructor has the ability, because we're a public institution, to teach the course they want to, but they start with the master course shell. Then we have program level master course shells. So like I said before, our graduate online education program piloted this in 2018. And then we have the teacher ed program, which adopted a master course shell template. And that's still ongoing. And as we move again from remote to online teaching, they're using them quite heavily. So this is a template. This is the student view of the template that we designed. Again, it's based on UDL and QM, and I have a couple slides that will show you this, but it's also based on cognitive overload and making sure that things are sequential for students. So when I say to an instructor, students think in weeks. They don't think it's module 1 of the semester. They think it's week 1, week 2, week 3. And one of the biggest complaints we have from students and faculty come to me and talk to me about is they don't see the same layout in each course. So they spend so much time trying to figure out where things are. So by providing them a template and giving them the opportunity to use one, students all see the same thing, which really helps a lot. I talk to faculty all the time, and I talk about student cognitive overload, and they look at me and like, that makes totally sense. I never thought of it that way. I just always thought of modules because we're covering a module. But if a student has an assignment due in a week's time, when it comes up under that week, then they make sure they get it done. And faculty are talking about seeing a lot more student success with submitting assignments and having the week modality throughout the campus. Within that template, we also, the template is set up for 15 weeks because we have, excuse me, 15-week semesters. Faculty can take and add things up, but this is just a way to show them how to set it up. Again, it's really easy for us to take the template and import it into a master course shell and work with faculty that way. And we usually teamwork together and making sure that they have what they really need for their course moving forward. And a lot of faculty who are teaching online are realizing that what's good for online is good for face-to-face. So they use the master course shell for their face-to-face course, but take out the discussion areas. Or they leave the discussion areas in for those students who missed the class time because of athletics or something like that. That's how they're taking attendance, by that discussion area, if they don't see them actually sitting in a seat in their class. Okay. See if I can go to the next slide. So one of the things that came up, oh, there you go. In a previous presentation I did with this is how, for QM, do we actually meet the standard that has to do with technology. So we actually have this technology module that we move into each course if faculty request it. And it covers the student important information, which is required by HLC for us to provide to students. And then we have all these active pages, which talk about the policies, Canvas help, technology services, student success, and library resources. So students and faculty have that right to the get-go. They don't have to waste their time trying to design a course in Canvas and putting all this stuff in there, and then it's not missed. We can actually do it that way. LTI integration. We have lots of LTI integration in our campus, and we're really promoting that with our faculty because of some of the affordable textbook initiatives that are out there. I spent last summer in Utah. I went to EDUCAUSE and I went to the Leadership Learning Technology Leadership Institute, and my project with a group of other academics, or 8 of us in a group, was to come up with a presentation on an affordable textbook on an imaginary college. And it was really an eye-opener for me. What came out of that is I came back to my campus and said, well, how much are students paying for textbooks? And we put a survey inside of Canvas and had quite a large response. And the response was, I'm paying $500 for one textbook for a semester. I can't afford it. So LTI integration is something that we're really promoting on our campus. Cengage, which is in negotiations with McGraw-Hill currently to become one company. Cengage has a unlimited access to textbooks for $127 a semester. So if one business, for example, the business program, their accounting program has 18 courses and they decided to all go to a Cengage product and using that. So students can pay $127 for the ebook, as well as access to anything that's attached to the ebook, such as MindTap. So that's something that we're using for LTIs. All LTIs must be vetted through the UW system office before they can be put inside of Canvas. And that's a strong vetting situation, especially when it comes to accessibility. And we do have some tools that are not available because of that. And we keep on track of that pretty well. And I usually reach out to the LMS administrator who's in negotiations with that to see how they are. But accessibility and LTI integration is a big part of the master course shells, and making sure that it's textbook affordability is working. So in this time of COVID master course shells, we're moving really quickly from face-to-face to teaching remotely. And as we do this, when we come back, or within the next couple of weeks, our campus is teaching to the end of the semester. There's no more semester courses. There's nobody on campus. we're teaching all the way through summer online. We have a very small population of courses online during the summer, and there's discussion about maybe teaching online in fall because we don't know how long this pandemic is going to last. So with that, we're going to, the administration is talking on our campus, talking about asking every instructor to make a master course shell so they can save what they're doing right now as they move from face-to-face to online. On our campus, you're not required to use an LMS. That's switching really quickly. That did switch really quickly when we went from face-to-face to online. Excuse me, or teaching remotely. We had a lot of instructors who never logged in. We had D2L for 7 years, and some of them had never used D2L because they really teach old school with paper and handing out grades and blue books and things like that. So our administration is looking at how we can actually help those instructors maintain their current work that they're doing by putting them into master course shells. And with that, they're realizing that most of the courses that went quickly from face-to-face to online are not of very good quality because people were not coming forward asking for templates. They were just putting their stuff out there. There's so many different modalities of the way faculty are seeing things. We have one course where 3 instructors teach it. One teaches it very old school, and he decided to type all of his lectures, put them in MS Word documents into the Canvas shell. And that's how students are going to be learning remotely, is just by that Word document. We have another instructor who's teaching the exact same course online. And he is doing project-based learning. It's an environmental course, and he's really engaging students in the emotional aspect of environment learning. And with that said, he inherited the course from somebody else who had gone through QM review. It had passed really, and it was an amazing course. And this instructor came to me and said, I can't believe it. All the assessments, all the test questions are embedded in the discussion board postings. I don't need to have proctoring. I don't need to do that because it's already there. It's already inside the course. And then we have a third instructor who teaches strictly from the book and requires proctoring. And he requires it in many different ways. And it's really intimidating for students, and students talk to each other. And the one that is project-based learning usually fills up really fast. The other two, one's a face-to-face. He's really struggling in the short time frame putting things online. And then we have the proctoring argument. And I was just in a different session, and proctoring can be really intimidating for people. So with that said, faculty understanding what's good for online is also good for face is really nice. An opportunity to create master course shells is and the need to share course design with each other is, again, coming back to the table as far as discussions. And we're also talking about the quality for all courses as part of our strategic plan. We've had quite a bit of leadership turnover, and it's been nice to have somebody come back and say, okay, I get what you're talking about. We're in a crisis. You are a viable team. You're working through this process and working with faculty the best that you can to make sure that the student experience works for our students. So once we get through this crisis, we developed a program which was waiting for approval. And I brought it to the forefront today saying that now that we have courses that went from face-to-face teaching to remote teaching, can we please bring this forward? And it's developing quality courses design by design. And we decided to not put quality matters in there, we put quality course design. But included in the quality course design, we will be using the QM rubric and really focusing on UDL and principles of accessibility. So it's an immersive learning experience, it's instructional consultation, it's design implementation, and there's a final course for quality that we review. And right now it's, when it gets approved, it will be for 10 faculty members who are wanting to have their course looked at. They have to participate in actually an online instructor training course, which I designed and taught previously. They would go through and redesign their whole course. And then we would do a QM review, and when it passed a QM review, they would get a stipend of $1,000 for doing this. It's, again, bringing back the revision process. from a few years ago, but with a new twist from it. But we're also talking, and faculty are talking amongst each other, and part of their contract says continuous improvement, continuous developing and revising of courses. And that's something that's been missed for a really long time because it's a concept that a lot of faculty don't embrace, especially those faculty who've been teaching for 30 to 35 years. They don't embrace that. And we need to teach to future innovators. And we need to teach the students that we have, not the students we wish we had, or the students that we had 30 some years ago. And that's a message I give to faculty all the time. We need to embrace who we have now. Our population that we have now who take online courses are post-traditional students with families. And they're there because they want to get to the next step in their career, and they're really dedicated students. So with that said, there's my contact information, and I'm open for any questions or anything like that. Oops, sorry. Or any chat. And this session is being recorded, so you can go ahead and take the recording. You can reach out to me. I do have a Canvas template that I'm willing to share. If you have Canvas, I can send you the IMCSS file so you can upload it into your course quickly. And try the template, just reach out to me at my email address and I'll share that with you. So yeah, I will just put my email address in here and you can send me an email with who you are and how you saw me, because this is something that is, I gave this presentation to the state of Minnesota a couple of weeks ago, and the University of Minnesota is like, oh my gosh, we never thought of that. So again, just tell me how you heard about this, and I will send you the IMS CSS file. I did try that with a college over here who they're testing, they're going from Blackboard to either D2L or Canvas, and I said, here, try these files, and I sent them via email, and oh my gosh, it's kind of like, they said, that took about 20 seconds or less to import. So it's really, if you have Canvas as an LMS, it works really, really efficiently. We also have developed a robust training, and my peer and I are really, we are sharing that robust professional development training with other campuses as well if they're interested. So reach out to us. And consider master course shells. It's really a concept that I learned when I was a student at a for-profit institution that was really rigorous. I also worked at that institution, and they were been using QM and master course shells for years, and I didn't know that until I started working in the field myself. So
Rebecca, we have some questions in the Q&A. So the first one is from Glenda, and she said, so will that go into Moodle?
I have never tried it into Moodle. It might. I can send you I can send you the file. I don't know if Moodle accepts things from other LMSs. Like you can import from D2L to Canvas or from Blackboard into Canvas, but I'm not sure about Moodle. So if you want to send me, I'll send you the file. Okay.
And our next question is from Glenda as well. And she said, I'm trying to get the instructor training for our school, and there's only me and a coworker.
So instructor training for Canvas or for online learning? There's two different, instructor training for Canvas is training how to use a tool. The online learning and training course that I do is about the pedagogy of teaching online. They're two very separate things. So Glenda, if you want to send me an email or clarify that, I can see how I can help you. How do you get faculty to buy into QM? Oh, that's a rough one. I came into a situation where everybody hated QM, and I came in and it's like, oh my gosh, you got to be kidding. So with that said, I've spent many, many hours just letting people get to know me, to talk about student engagement, and I always say, this is about student engagement, not about, you're the SME, I'm not. And that once I started promoting that and working with faculty and earning that trust, they're like, oh, you're not gonna tell me what to do. No, I'm not. You're the SME. I am not. I will never be a chemist. I will never be any of these things, but I can teach you how to engage with your students. And again, it's been almost 3 years, and I'm finally to the point where people have forgotten about those other people who have left. They've forgotten about that experience, and now they're coming forward and saying, oh, yeah, you're not going to tell me my course is bad. No, I'm not. I'm just going to give you lots of things to think about. And there's no money attached to it anymore, which is part of it. So the previous contracts were, if you put your course online, you get paid 75% of the contract. If you put it through QM, you get 25%. So faculty were like, oh, it's online. I don't go through QM. It's only a few $100s. I don't care. So again, there was just the way the contracts were written are not the best. Okay, so Maria asked what percentage of our online courses happen to be QM certified. We do internal reviews. They are not to the point where they will go out to QM and have QM do it. However, I used to work for a different institution in Minnesota, and I would say 20% of the courses had a QM stamp on them. So again, it depends on your administration and how they actually are promoting quality. UW Superior is, when I came to campus, people said to me, my peers said, why are you doing that? It's like taking a step back in time for 10 years. I'm like, yeah, that's the point. I can help a campus move forward because again, they were a little bit stepped behind. They're really a traditional school, which is trying to do distance learning. So yeah, we have not done official reviews. I think we should, but again, that's a money issue, and that's also bringing our campus to the next level, and hopefully I can do that in my time that I'm there. So we use MasterCore. So again, and Glenda asked about MasterCore shells and having faculty getting them to use them. Again, that comes from our campus. It comes from the program chairs. So the program chairs are for our teacher ed program. That's the biggest program right now. We have, it's probably, the master's program is a significant amount of our revenue coming into campus. And the teacher ed program is, because we are a teacher campus, they have to be sure that they meet the Department of Public Instruction criteria in order to be a teaching campus. And part of that is making sure that each course covers part of the DPI standards. And the chair realized that if we have a master course shell, it's already covered and we're not going to get dinged from the Department of Public Instruction for the state of Wisconsin and from HLC. So again, it comes from the program chair's perspective, and the program chair saying, you will use a master course shell, and then after that, you can tweak it to match what you are. But every master course shell has DPI standards and the outcomes that you need in order for this course. So again, Glenda, it comes from the program chairs in the program. We have not gotten it campus-wide yet, but like I said, some of the big programs are using it. Oh, for telling faculty how to insert their own teaching when teaching a master course shell. Their own teaching, I talk about using videos for their own introduction. If they have outcomes, different kind of learning objectives to meet those outcomes. For example, I have an instructor who teaches physical ed curriculum, and it went from face-to-face to online. There was about 13 students face-to-face. It's a required course for those who are teaching in K-12. And it went from face-to-face to online, and went from 13 students to 5 sections of 25 each. And different ways of teaching, they have a master course shell, but each instructor does it different. So they put their own introduction video. They have required, instead of discussion board postings, 1 week they'll have them do a learning plan, put in the Dropbox as a written document. The next week they will have them post a video with them doing the learning plan, the lesson plan, to somebody. It doesn't matter who it is. Somebody actually did one recently. It was quite funny. They did it for their dogs, because that's the only audience they had. And then the students would do peer review. So that's how you can actually meet personalizing it and coming up with the same way of meeting the outcomes, but different learning objectives to do that. The learning objectives are the tasks that we need to meet the outcomes. So we have not used blueprints in Canvas. We have talked about it again. We have been in Canvas since last fall. And when D2L shuts off permanently for everybody, it's like forever gone, then we will go ahead and start investigating blueprints. But I know what you're talking about, Lori. And we are moving that direction. Okay. We can actually, so the master course shells do have discussions in there as well as quizzes, especially if the instructors are using the same book. We have a required course called Health and Wellness, where everybody is required to take it. It's a liberal arts 100 level course. There's a master course shell with all the tests and everything in it. It's shared amongst instructors, and some instructors take out the discussions and put in activities, take out the quizzes and assess their students in different ways. So that's how they can tweak it. So it's something a little bit more personal to them. But again, the master course shell has all the requirements and outcomes that are related to usually a textbook or the material that they're using. Like the ComArts program is using an OER that's actually a Creative Commons book. So this is really interesting. As far as a master course shell and OERs, the ComArts instructor came to me and said, I have a student who has a learning difference. Can I do podcasts from the book? I said, it's Creative Commons. Yes, you can. So he created podcasts for every single chapter in the book, put it in the master course shell, and everybody can take it from the master course shell and put it in the course. He was making sure his course was inclusive and accessible for everybody without just pointing out one student. So does that answer your question, Mark? There's, yeah, lots of different ways of doing this. So, and the blueprint, yeah, they are not blueprint courses yet, but they're getting their blueprint as far as our campuses, the departments are using them, but we're getting to the blueprint. So that will be down the road a piece when we all can catch our breath. I worked 24 days straight, and like 12 to 15 hours. So I'm looking forward to a weekend off. So if anybody else have any questions, you can feel free to email me. I'm also on LinkedIn. You can find me there if you have, and just let me know, especially if you email me where you know me from, so I can actually answer your questions right away.
We do have a few minutes left. If you have any questions still for Rebecca, put them in the Q&A. We'll give you a minute or two.
I just have a question. How is everybody doing from going from teaching face-to-face to remotely? How is that? What kind of struggles are you facing other than working really hard? I've had some instructors come to me who have said, well, if I can't see their whites of their eyeballs, I'm going to give them more assignments. I'm like, but they're under stress the way it is. We are safe at home in 2 states, and students have been told to leave campus. My student worker is in Brazil, and she's from Brazil, and she had to leave in her senior year, and it was devastating for her. So I think as you move forward and you work with instructors, really, yeah, I'm tired and never get that work to home breakaway anymore. It's really hard for me is my husband works on campus. So we're both working remotely from home. And it's like, okay, we need to separate personal from work because now it's one big personal work. So, oh, you wrapped up for a year. Wow, that's really interesting. So, yeah, it is important to shut down at the end of the day. But one thing I tell faculty, and they don't understand, some of those that have never taught online are so rigid about their teaching, so you got to put yourself in your students' shoes. Your world is upside down. Theirs are. Some of them have to move back home. Some of them don't have a job anymore on campus. How are they going to do that? There's a lot of food insecurity. There's instructors who have kids at home now that they have to really do with homeschooling as well as students. So as you work with faculty and move forward and really concentrate on a master course shell can help with some of that because it's already designed. You don't have to spend so much time thinking about what's happening in the future. It's here. We have a new norm. And then unfortunately, it's taking, in my opinion, it's taking a pandemic to redesign education, which really could have been designed along the way. So that's my own personal. Oh, wow, college rep, wow, New Mexico. You know, Cheryl Max asked about how I'm gonna do print. I'm not sure how to do that, how we're gonna do that. Like, again, we're still have 2 feet and 2 LMSs right now. As we move forward, we'll concentrate on that more. And we're also a small school amongst some big research schools. So we're like the little star up in the north of Wisconsin on Lake Superior. So again, I think that is something for us to think about, is how we're going to do a blueprint. I'm not sure. I know I've heard it talked about. And again, sometimes we have to really pay attention to what the system mandates. I mean, people did not want to go to D2L. I came from D2L and I already knew how to use Canvas, and to me, it's a much easier tool. So with that said, and I kind of talk fast, looks like people don't have a whole lot. And yeah, be sure to reach out to me if you have any questions.
I want to thank you very much, Rebecca.
I enjoy this. I love what I do. And you already emailed me. I'm actually going to shut up. Just so you know, out there in the world, I have actually worked 24 days straight. And I've been given permission to monitor my Teams or my email this weekend. So I'll reply on Monday. I promise I'll reply on Monday. So enjoy your time with your family. I don't know if you're in states where you actually have shelter in place or safe at home, but we are, and we are staying